What if I told you that a poor boy with absolutely nothing, no money, no connections, and no opportunities, could one day become a millionaire? This boy was mocked by people. They laughed at his dreams. They told him someone like him could never succeed. But they were wrong, because sometimes all it takes is one dream, one decision, and the courage to never give up. This is the story of a poor boy who refused to stay poor. In a small, forgotten village, there lived a boy named Daniel. His house was old and broken. When it rained, water leaked from the roof. Some nights, Daniel and his mother placed buckets around the room just to keep the floor dry. Money was something they rarely saw. Some days they had food, and some days they didn't. But Daniel had something many people around him didn't have: a dream. Every morning, on his way to school, he would walk past a huge modern house at the end of the road. Shiny windows, expensive cars, a beautiful garden. Daniel would stop for a moment, look at that house, and quietly say to himself, "One day, I will have a house like this." People in the village laughed when they heard him say that. "Look at this poor boy dreaming big," they said. "You can barely afford food, and you're talking about becoming rich?" But Daniel never argued with them. He simply smiled and kept walking. At night, while others slept, Daniel studied under a small dim light. Sometimes the electricity was gone, so he used a candle. He read books about successful people, entrepreneurs, inventors, people who started with nothing, and every story made his dream stronger. Daniel realized something very important at a young age. Your beginning does not decide your ending. Years passed. Life was still difficult. Daniel worked small jobs after school to support his mother, cleaning shops, carrying boxes, doing anything he could. But no matter how tired he was, he never stopped learning, because deep inside his heart, Daniel believed something powerful. One day, his life would change. When Daniel turned 18, he made a decision that scared him, but also excited him. He decided to leave the village and move to the city. He had almost no money in his pocket, just a small bag and a dream that refused to die. The first few months were brutal. He worked long hours, sometimes 2 jobs a day. He slept in a tiny rented room and saved every dollar he could. But Daniel didn't waste his nights. While others watched TV or complained about life, he learned new skills: business, marketing, online work, anything that could change his future. Slowly, things started to shift. One small opportunity turned into another. A side project became a small business. That small business slowly started growing. Years later, Daniel stood in front of a beautiful modern house. Glass windows, bright lights, a peaceful garden. It looked strangely familiar, because it was the exact kind of house he used to stop and stare at as a poor boy. And in that moment, Daniel realized something. Dreams don't work because you wish for them. Dreams work when you refuse to give up on them. The poor boy, who had nothing, had finally become a millionaire. Not because life was easy, but because he never stopped believing in his dream. So remember this: it doesn't matter where you start in life. It doesn't matter how poor you are today. What truly matters is the size of your dream and the courage to chase it. Because sometimes, the poor boy with the biggest dream becomes the most successful man. Dream big, work hard, never give up,